Good morning, podcasters. I'm 43 episodes in, and I spent some time analyzing the Good Morning Podcasters download statistics, and I wanted to see if there's a day of the week on which this show performs best. So let's review. Hi, I hope you had a great weekend. My name is Fuzz Martin, and I took over Good Morning Podcasters back on Halloween in 2022. And now we're into February. And I've had the chance to analyze the performance of my episodes, and I wanted to talk about that data with you. And I'm hoping by doing this, you'll be encouraged to look at your own show's analytics and possibly make some changes for the better from there. As you might know, I post this show 3 times a week, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Jeff Townsend often joins me on Saturdays for longer form episodes of Podcasting Sucks that launch right here in the same feed. I'm excluding them from this analysis, though I did get some ideas from that as well. Also, Good Morning Podcasters is sorted into 5 main content pillars. Those are marketing, social media, public relations, advertising, and general podcasting topics. I don't have a set number of each of them, and sometimes the episodes ride the line between multiple categories, but I'm going to take a look at those analytics as well. To analyze this data, I used a Google Sheet to look at my release date, release day of the week, episode title, episode content category, my 3-day downloads, my 7-day downloads, and my 30-day downloads. Also, I installed OP3 Analytics in the beginning of December, so I had to backfill the data with my host's analytics for those episodes released in November. But the numbers look pretty close between OP3 and Captivate, so we're going to roll with it. And by the way, if you want to check out my OP3 Analytics, I've made them public so anybody at any time can take a look at how this show is performing. Simply go to gmp.fm/stats. That is GMP, as in Good Morning Podcasters, .fm/stats. So let's dig in and see what we can glean from this data. Let's start by looking at the best day of the week for releasing new episodes. I started by looking at the 3-day downloads. I sorted the data by number of downloads within 3 days of publication. Of the top 10 episodes, Wednesday is the most downloaded day, followed by Monday, and then just one Friday episode cracked the top 10. Now, I understand that perhaps if somebody doesn't listen on Friday morning, then they might not listen until Mondays. Maybe they listen on their way to work, or their podcast listening habits change on the weekend. So I also pulled the 7-day downloads to see which performed best. When it comes to 7-day downloads, Monday and Wednesday each have 4 downloads in the top 10, and Friday has 2. Now, using the top 10 episodes may be too small of a sample size, so I kicked that up to 20 to see how that looks. When I do that, 3-day downloads, Wednesday is still the top performing, followed by Monday, and then Friday has 4 episodes in the top 20. There was also a Friday episode that I released on a Saturday, and that episode also cracked the top 20, but I didn't lump that into Friday. Then when I look at the top 27-day downloads, Wednesdays still perform the best, Mondays still second best, and Friday is third. With that info, I'm happy to see that people are listening to the Friday episodes the following week. But since Friday is solidly in last place, I'm going to make a change to Good Morning Podcasters and my launch schedule. Starting this week, I'm going to be launching on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays over the next month or two to see if I get any changes in that 3rd day of the week. I'll let you know how it goes. Then I dug in and looked at the categories, but that one's a little bit more difficult to analyze because, again, some topics technically cross between categories like advertising and social media or marketing and pretty much any other topic. Also, I've posted far fewer of some categories versus others. So I'm not going to make any changes based on this information, but I am going to pay closer attention to it. So far, I've posted 14 episodes about general podcasting topics, 8 about marketing, 10 about social media, 5 about advertising, and 5 about public relations. I can see in the top 27-day downloads that general podcasting, marketing, and social media all have the most in the top 20. PR is almost non-existent. But again, there are way too many variables to make this scientific, and only 5 PR episodes to look at, 3 of which were posted in November when the show first started. 1 was posted less than a week ago, so I don't have 7-day download data yet, but that one has a pretty high 3-day download. So I'm going to experiment by creating some more public relations related episodes this month and seeing if they continue to underperform or if it's skewing lower because of when they were posted. I looked at a couple more things while I was digging into these analytics. My most discovered episodes, those would be the ones that had low downloads early on and then increased the most from week 2 through today. Those episodes on podcast trademarks, podcast merchandise, and what podcasts Gen Z is listening to, all underperformed upon the launch of those episodes, but have since been discovered later. I might use that data to do some in case you missed it posts on social media with those particular episodes. I may also optimize their websites more to see if I can get more search traffic to people discovering those pages. And speaking of search traffic, my holiday gift guide episode post has the most web visitors according to my Google Analytics GA4 data, followed by some more how-to episode pages. How to post audio to static images on Instagram, my transcription process, and using Calendly versus Google for podcast guest scheduling. Those are the next 3 highest episode pages. So I may lean on that type of content a little more to drive search traffic on goodmorningpod.com. You can look at analytics and you can talk about how many downloads a day you have and such, but analytics can be used for more than just spiking your dopamine or tanking your dopamine. You can take action on your analytics and optimize your show, make decisions on the types of content you create, and give your listeners a better experience. I hope my data has helped you a little bit with your podcast. Again, you can see my OP3 analytics by going to gmp.fm/stats. That is gmp.fm/stats. That will do it for today's episode of Good Morning Podcasters. New episodes every Monday, Wednesday, and now Thursdays. Please follow the show in your podcast player, and if you are so inclined, please consider giving me a 5-star review. Thanks for listening, and I'll talk to you Wednesday, right here on Good Morning Podcasters.